All right, so there's the last 3 days of putting the engine in this thing. I was by myself because everybody else had other stuff to do. So the last thing on my mind was a camera. So I didn't get anything really of it going in, but I'll show you where we're at. We're going to take it out today and see how it does. So this is from our previous video where you took the 4-cylinder out, and this is the 6-cylinder you put in, correct? Yes. So now it's got the 4.2 liter inline 6 carbureted. We did put an HEI in it just because they do not make a good set of points anywhere anymore. It used to be Eklund, but not even Eklund's good anymore. New aluminum radiator for the bigger engine. Prettied up the wiring as good as we're going to for a trail rig, but at the end of the day, it's a trail rig, so I'm not going to go crazy on it. But really just bolted right in. If you go inside the Jeep, we put a new transmission in it. Because the 4-cylinder transmission would not work with the 6-cylinder transmission. You really can't see a whole lot of it because there's a new floor pan in it now, but Dana 20 transfer case and no idea which 3-speed I put in it, but I like it. Everything's gear on gear, everything's cast iron. I like my trail rigs dumb. So we're gonna go out today and see if it gets me in and out of the desert. All right, so I never finished up that video on the engine swap on the CJ7. I did like the last 2 days of it by myself, and last thing I was thinking about was a camera. So there it is. We're out here, out towards 4th of July, Butte, here in Arlington, Arizona. And we're gonna see how it does. All right, first repair, and it's not even having to do with the engine. That little bolt was working its way out. It's shaking around, annoying the crap out of me. Looks like the threads got munched out of it, so luckily I had a separate bolt I could use, but problem is it's going to cross thread, but I don't have anything else, so we're going to cross thread it. Get out the tools, why not? Ugh. Why does everything have to be so heavy? Never leave home without your toolbox. That sounds and feels like wrenches. That sounds and feels like electrical tools. That kind of feels like sockets, which is what I'm after. Sorry, I'm my own camera guy today too, so All right. And that is sockets. All right. We got our 7/16 socket, 7/16 bolt that I robbed out of there. Trusty 3/8 impact. We strip bolt in good and tight. And that's how you break the bolt off right in the middle of the desert. God dang it. All right. That bolt got broken off in there somehow. In any case, had some wire and some whatnot in the toolbox. We made it work. You shouldn't have hit it so hard with the impact gun. You know what? I don't want to hear it. It's fixed. Good, better, broken. Shut up to everybody. We're going down the trail. All right. Here at the mine, took the little goat trail in. Just wide enough to get on that one. Any wider than that, you can take these trails in down here. Looks like somebody called this place home for a while. And there's one of the shafts right there. They got it gated off. We'll go down and take a look at that. All right, got the spaghetti and meatballs cooking. If I can figure out how to spin this around. Anyways, that heat up for a bit. Here's the rest of it. We'll put this thing through its paces while that heats up. Alright, lunch is ready. Got to try out the Jeep, it did really good. So, about the MRE deal, the reason I carry MREs on the Jeep, I'm not out here eating, whatever gourmet meal that everybody else packs or whatever. I'm on a day trip by myself. When I got my kids with me, I've got like 2 coolers full of every kind of snack you can think of. And that's all well and good, take the kids out, have a fun time. When I'm with myself, I kind of use this as a good time to see what I have in the Jeep. I make it a point not to stop and get snacks, not even a soda or a Slim Jim for that matter. I want to go out with just what's already in the Jeep that never comes off the Jeep, that's just stocked in the Jeep. The reason I keep the Jeep stocked up is for other reasons, for those of you who do prepper stuff and all that. So when I go out, I like to just see how well I do with what's on the Jeep. And most of the time I have a pretty good time, and I have a full belly when I leave and plenty of water. So, I really can't complain. I'm sitting here, out in the middle of nowhere, and I've got a hot meal, spaghetti and meatballs. I got banana apple smoothie, a cracker that you need about 4 bottles of water with to eat, and some sunflower butter. So, yeah, you can be sitting out here with a roast or a steak or something like that, but now I know if things ever happen and I got to get out of town quick and I hook up to the Jeep and I just leave, I know whatever I got in here, I have lived off of. There's a tent back there. There's a whole camp in a box that was right next to the toolbox that you saw earlier. That other Pelican box is an entire camp set all shoved into a box that has about 8 different ways to make water. some tablets that purify the water. I got some life straws in there. I've got treble hooks, even a little 22 pistol to kill small game with. Emergency protein bars, like 2,800 calories for, I don't remember, they're insane. Well, it's like eating a brick, but it'll give you what you need. And then I got about 3 or 4 of these stashed around all over the Jeep, enough for me and the kids to all have, a meal or 2 each while we try to find something else. About 20 different ways to make fire in that bag, shovels. I mean, you name it, it's probably in there. It's not going to be great, but you can live out of this Jeep if you had to in a pinch and in a hurry. So that's why, like I said, I didn't stop for any snacks or anything. The cooler's always full of water, and these are always in there. I'm going to restock these when I get back to the shop. So that's just kind of what I'm out here doing today. I'm by myself, so I can rough it a little bit. Well, the only other thing I broke today was this, my shifter knob. Now I feel like I'm shaking hands with a cat every time I try to shift it. All in all, pretty good day.